Hey, good morning and happy Aloha Friday. Looking forward to the 3 day weekend. Midterms are today, and I'm sure we're getting to a point where we're all experiencing a little bit of frustration with some of our students. And what I like to talk about is, embrace that frustration. That means that you care. That means that you are invested in student learning, and that's what's important. Kids are really good at self sabotaging, and oftentimes they make their jobs more difficult than they need to be. And that's what leads to our frustration for that. But it's just the nature of the beast. That's what we signed up for. And, trust me, let it go. Just, embrace it. Last week, I talked a little bit about atomic habits, and I kind of wanted to reinforce that again this week. Some of the things that I have found that successful students do is, again, when we talk about making it obvious, construct an environment that is really leads to success. And finding time is an essential part of that. And most of my kids that are most successful do what's called time blocking or time boxing. And what that means is they kind of set a specific time of the day that they work on things from school. So whether that's as soon as they get home, or they go home and get something to eat and then chill for a while, and then an alarm goes off and they start to work and that kind of thing. But blocking that time off is what a lot of successful students do. Making it attractive. So, having a space that, they feel comfortable in. A lot of times kids will talk about sitting on their bed. I never found that very successful. I liked having a desk and, sitting down and getting that job done. But, that can look different for different kids. Making it easy. And so what I do there is I talk to the kids about, removing distractions. So putting their phone across the room, not next to them. Um, or maybe even just turning their phones upside down so they're not seeing that. Or putting it in airplane mode. Those are all things that make it a little easier and eliminate those distractions. And then make it satisfying. So I talk with kids about, giving themselves some type of reward when they get a job completed. Um, Canvas gives confetti when they turn in an assignment, and so we utilize a lot of those same skills, same principles here at school, but those also really readily transfer pretty well to home. So some important dates that are coming up in September. One that I wanted to definitely point out is we are going to be doing a green space cleanup, a weed wrangle back behind Middle School North. And if you're unfamiliar with our green space, this is an area back behind the school that we use for student observations, and kids get to work with a lot of local biologists and naturalists to see about Indiana native species and native plants. And what we do during the weed wrangle is we go out there and we remove a lot of the invasive type of species that are out there. And it's a great opportunity for kids to learn about, a healthy ecosystem and what prairie plants, that are native here to Indiana, what Indiana might have looked like prior to, urbanization and that type of thing. So that will be on September 18th. You do not need to do a background check for that because it's after school. But several of you have contacted me about being a chaperone for the Indy Zoo, which is wonderful. Thank you so much for that. Um, More information will be coming out probably the first week or second week in September. But if you're interested in chaperoning for that, helping with that, please contact me. Go ahead and contact me. But and then go ahead and start working on the background check. Those of you who have contacted me, thankfully already had that done, but that is something that we'll also have to get done. As far as what's happening this week and last week, so in science this week, we just finished taking our first notebook quiz. We took it yesterday. We've been doing several labs and, definitely getting stuff, a lot of data collection and data analysis. Um, all those grades have been put into Skyward and updated because midterms are today. So all assignments are going to close in Canvas at midnight tonight. Again, I've been real aggressive every morning getting those updated multiple times through the day, trying to get those updated. And so I know it's a fevered pitch here as we finish midterms, but I'm trying to keep those updated as fast as I can. I think fast and focused feedback is one of my most important jobs. And so I take that very seriously and update things every single morning at a minimum, usually multiple times throughout the day. In biology, we are learning about macromolecules, so lipids, carbohydrates, proteins, a little bit about nucleic acids, but we actually are going to have a whole unit just on nucleic acids. So I'm really just focusing on those kind of food-based macros. Have arranged a speaker who is a former student who is going to be talking to the class about making some connections between things we're learning in class and real life experiences as far as food. And so she's going to be talking a lot about what effects we see where overconsumption of highly processed food and can lead to that feeling of wired and tired that we see in a lot of our students, and what foods are kind of fuel for optimal performance, both mind and body, and the benefits of eating protein and healthy fats and a lot of those types of things. So she'll be talking to our school in the weeks to come, and applying a lot of that stuff that we're learning directly into that. So that's kind of what we're leading into. So it's a nice 3-day weekend, and then we'll come back and start the next grading period after that. So if you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact me. Thank you so much for everything that you do to support the learning that is taking place here in my classroom and Middle School North in general. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, do not hesitate to contact me, and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. Thank you so much.